Welcome back, brothers and sisters. This is day 23, You Overthink Conversations. If you didn't know, I'm Lewis Parrish, confidence coach, human performance advisor, and I'm here to help you take control of your life. Take control of oneself. If you can master oneself, then anything becomes possible. I have something buzzing in my ear, and I don't know if it's an alien or a bee, but I shall move. Take control of yourself, take control of your life, become the person you envision. Life is for living, and you shouldn't stop yourself from seeing this limitless world we're in. If I think of something that I want to be and become, then I will be that thing. I will take up that identity. If I tell myself I'm not capable, then I'm only going to be capable of doing surface level. I don't want surface level. My life is abundant, and I believe myself to be of a higher level. I have unlimited energy, so much to give to people, and I want people to understand that you can do more, you are capable. So don't stop yourself, man. Enjoy life, enjoy the journey you're on, and things will become a lot more clearer. You'll step into your truth, and you'll know what to do next. But as soon as you hold yourself back and you dim your light, you become in fear of what people may think, in fear of failure, in fear of judgment, in fear of losing control. Hold on to the ball on their horns, man, and ride that ball to the end, man. You know? Look, Ma, no hands. I'm on that roller coaster, do you know what I mean? I'm riding the wave, baby. So enjoy life, man. Enjoy life. Don't get caught up in the little and you'll become what you want to become or who you want to become. Your communication will increase. Your financial status will get more stable. Your health will become more of a priority. You become more proactive than reactive. You'll have more emotional control. And your confidence will go through the roof, mate. Day 23, you overthink conversations. Overthinking conversations drains your confidence. You replay what you said, you analyze their reactions, and you wonder if you sounded awkward. Most people aren't analyzing you, they're thinking about themselves. Overthinking creates unnecessary pressure. Life is but a dream, baby. I've created an ebook that allows you to transform your mindset and your body in 30 days. The main focus behind it is understanding and operating through the 4 principles. Understand yourself. You can't move forward without understanding yourself deeply. What's your current situation? What's your current blockages? What's your current weaknesses? What's your current triggers? And then we're going to move into optimizing your health. Because if you can't control your health, how do you expect to control and change your life? Understanding where you're at with sleep and recovery, your activity status, your nutrition, what are you consuming on a day-to-day basis, and your mindfulness, what's the state of your mindset? Once you can optimize this, then that then breeds the confidence to move forward in life. I feel in control. I feel that I can manage things, which means I can manage any situation. And then we're going to look at self-image, self-belief. So once you understand how you speak to yourself, the internal dialogue, what's your belief systems, then you know what is going to trigger you. Makes you more self-aware for you to communicate better, not only with other people, but with yourself. And then we're looking at the last principle, which is goals, action. What are the principles, the objectives, the steps, the process that we are going to follow for us to achieve the goals we envision? So this ebook will allow you to pause for self-reflection, be accountable for what you say and what you must do, and guide you along the path to limitless potential and abundance. So click the link in the description, drop Be Unstoppable in the comments, and I'll be able to send you a link. Be unstoppable, stay dangerous. Overthinking conversations is not new, man. We all do it. We all do it. We could do it in a work setting. Oh, how's my peers going to judge me? How are my colleagues going to think of me? Do they respect what I say? And then when it comes to women, and I'm speaking to the men directly, when it comes to women, and we think we're getting a signal, because believe it or not, it's getting harder these days. I have no idea. I'm a bit blasé sometimes, and I can have other people telling me, yo, this girl likes you, you know? And I'm like, is it? But yeah, we need to be very, not forceful, but we have to be very direct in our mind. Because naturally, when we think of a situation and we think of a scenario, we're now working ourselves out of it because we're thinking so logically. When in reality, when the truth is, we've got to work on our instinct. What does my gut tell me? How do I feel? Do I feel capable of this? And if so, how would I manage this? How will I adapt in this situation? But the only way to get better at doing something is by actually doing it. Rather than me thinking, oh, this girl's nice, what should I say to speak to her to get the best reaction? Because ultimately, it's to get to know her, it's to get her on a date. If all is well, it's to sleep with her, isn't it? Or to build a fruitful relationship because you know this is the one, but we don't know that until we conversate. Yeah? And I have to be extremely blunt. There's a lot of men out there who just think on the surface, which is fine, especially if you're young. You're testing out the waters, my friend. You're enjoying the femininity, the female realm of things, yeah? This tests us. This what makes us vulnerable. This what shakes us. This what makes us nervous. But ultimately, we are trying to get with this girl. We find her extremely attractive. It makes her private parts raise up, you know, stand to attention. It makes our heart pump, our blood race. Yeah, it makes our mind spiral. These are normal things. And yes, as men, this is what we're trying to do. And then on the flip side of that as well, on top of that, when you add to that, in parallel to that, in comparison to that, we're also trying to find our wife and the mother of our children. But this only comes through understanding, communication, so on and so forth. Yeah, we put girls into different categories and we're like, okay, she's for this, she's for that. That is fine. We all do that. Women do that too. But we're going in there with the intent of the end result. And by thinking of the end result, you're thinking about the now. You're missing the now, which then allows you to overthink and play things in your mind. I've been with a lot of women, and I have friends who have been with a lot of women. I'm friends with people now who I call snipers. Me, what would I call myself? I'm like the overseer, the general, yeah? I've done my time. I don't need to exhaust myself because I know what it's like. I know the steps, the protocols, the situations. And when I'm not in the realm of accepting this, I don't want to do it. I would sit back and then just enjoy my life because I'm not in this season. But when I have the capacity, I move wicked and bad. I move like the snipers, yeah, because I have the experience, I have the knowledge, even though I continuously have to redevelop my skills and understand what realm I'm in now, because without continuous progressive development, you're going to have your old tools for the new game. When this new game needs new tools, right? And it's always ever progression. It's never the same. Each girl you speak to is going to have a different connotation, but ultimately the common denominator is just communication. Conversate, understand who this individual is. And then based off that, oh, maybe I didn't like her as much as I thought I did. She's just a pretty face. But then you can speak to a girl and be like, you know what? She's got a great personality. I like this one. I just don't want to just sleep with her. I want to look after her. I want to be able to provide. I see a life with her, you know? So don't think too far ahead. And that's for anything. Yes, you want to be thinking about where would this take me? With this action I'm doing now, what kind of journey or path would it take me on? But let's not overthink it too much. Think about the now. I see something, I'm now going to act on my feeling. I hope it's positive, nothing negative here. And based off this is going to allow me how to best move forward. But without understanding, what am I meant to do? Okay? So me actioning and doing things without replaying conversations in my head and doing the actual things and not guessing, I've now built the courage, the confidence to be able to do this without stopping myself and limiting myself from doing all these things. And that's what tends to happen is we get in our head and we talk ourselves out of things. Who gives a of what this person's thinking? We're all going to have someone judging us, yeah? So don't play the conversation. Let's go back to women. You see a girl you like I said before, compliment her on what she looks like or what she's wearing. Speak about something abstract. There's a few girls down here playing tennis, yeah, some of their friends, their partners, whatever. And it's like, you could just say, oh, great game. Something so simple like that, just to spark a conversation. And with you just being friendly, you can find out whether or not they're just friends or partner or whatever. That's just an abstract example. You could be shopping, looking at fragrances and blah, 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 blah. You could be in the makeup section and you want to get a birthday present for your sister, your auntie, your mum, whatever, and there's a girl there. You can start conversating and say, oh, which is the best foundation? Which is the best mascara? Which is the best facial mask? All these things, just to spark a conversation. And you'd be like, oh yeah, what's your name? I'm Lewis. Yeah, how are you doing today? Blah, 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 blah. You know, so I'm trying to give you an example here. And I'm trying to be not as blunt and blasé and passive. I want to be kind of direct with this because we always skip over this, right? And I've seen it on Instagram. I've seen these boys on here with their meta glasses and they're chatting up girl and doing this and doing that. There's no real substance to that. They're doing it for clout. And sometimes some of them are actually very sincere and they're actually approaching girls gentleman-like. You know, I rate it. You know, but some of them is a bit aggressive and it's a bit like, it's not the right thing. You know, it's a bit far-fetched. It's not the real world. And cold approach is not easy. There is a way to do it. But to make that easier, go to different events that you know you can have similarities with someone. Someone who's like-minded, they like that type of music or they're into that kind of hobby or sport or whatever, right? And that allows you to break the barrier of what may be in regards to, oh, I have nothing to say, yeah? Whereas if you're in an environment that aligns with both of you, you now have something in common, which allows you to have a better conversation with this individual. And then when you're in a place where you're not on guard and you can relax, you won't be playing the conversation in your head because everything will become so natural. Does that make sense? So take the opportunity to go somewhere where the barrier is not high. The barrier of entry is low. You don't have to overthink it. Your instincts will allow you to drive the conversation and it wouldn't feel so awkward and it wouldn't feel so difficult just to speak to someone. And then when you do that more and more so, when you're in a difficult or different situation, you now have the tools, the arsenal to speak your truth and to communicate in a way that you feel comfortable with, that you know you understand that person's body language, their tone of voice, and how they reciprocate based off what you say. So this is what I mean. Become fearless, do the thing, analyze, repeat, action it, go again. Become fearless, you know? Find a way to speak your truth and forget it. Speak your truth and forget it. A great way to overcome this is to journal, reflect. What was my day like? What was the conversations I had? Get it out onto paper. Get it out of your head. And then you could be like, oh, okay, I didn't really recognize that. And based of context, their perspective and my perspective, they're almost two different things or they're one and the same, which means what I was thinking wasn't actually what they was thinking. So I can get that out of my head and you have a bit more control and you won't be spiraling and overthinking in your mind. So journal, reflect, and action certain things that will allow you to move forward and put yourself in a position that allows you to grow and develop. You can get the uncomfortable action list, which is part of the self-mastery framework, the 30-day system. In that bundle, you've got, I think it's about 50 different ways to take you out of your comfort zone. It goes in different levels. So you have like real easy, level 1 up to level 5, which is very, very difficult. And it challenges you on a day-to-day basis. So use that as a way to leverage yourself out of where you are now. And then you'll notice how you change, how confident you become. Putting yourself in situations where you wouldn't normally do. Like for me yesterday, literally yesterday, I went to the gym, I went upstairs, part of this members club, and I just sat down at the bar. I said, you know what, it's been a while. My boy might come out and meet me, or I might go out and meet this girl for a walk or whatever. Until I get confirmation of that, I'm not just gonna go home. It's been a long week, I feel like a beer. So I just went to the bar on my own. Lo and behold, there's a girl sitting there on her own. I said, oh, can I join you? She was like, yeah, cool, you're here on your own? Yeah. Listen, we was chatting for about 2-3 hours. She was cool. And she was an actress, and she was talking about the life she's living right now, the situation she's in, the boys she's been dating in the past, the girls I've been dating, and we've just been bouncing and just connecting through that. So it was a good vibe, it was a good connection. And that wouldn't have happened if I just didn't put myself in an uncomfortable position or situation or environment. And that came with me being fearless, or thinking, everyone's just living their life. And if someone is going to join me or reciprocate with this, that means they're on my level, they're on my vibe. This is the type of person I can communicate with. Put yourself in difficult situations. Don't be afraid to go solo to events. I've been to so many different events solo. I've traveled the world solo, and you meet so many different cool people, man. Yeah, so many different cool people. So don't be afraid to do what makes you feel uncomfortable, and you'll see how your world develops and changes. So today's action. After your next conversation, let it go, don't replay it. Letting go builds confidence. Comment day 23 if you replay conversations. Get over that. Stop thinking what other people are thinking about you. They're gonna have their perceptions of you. They're gonna have their judgments of you. Let it go. Say your piece and move forward. If you feel like life is slipping away from you, if you feel like you want to communicate better, if you feel like you want to stop overthinking and having the doubts, the self-doubt, the low self-esteem, the low confidence, then book a direct call with me and we could go deeper on you to understand who you want to become. If you feel as though you want to make a start and you're a bit hesitant, then download the 7-day reset. See what you can do in 7 days. See how your life will change in 7 days. And if you want to take it to another level, get the Unstoppable System, a self-mastery framework which allows you to change your life in 30 days. Understand who you are. Reflect on this. Reflect on what you want. Reflect on what your purpose will be, what direction you want to take your life. How can we control your health state for better emotions? Because if you can't control your health, then how can you control your life? And then understand what may trigger you. What's your belief systems? What's your limiting factor? What's holding you back? And then we get into goals. The systems, the protocols, the process, aligned action so you can move forward with purpose, with clarity, with decisiveness and assertiveness. Or join the community. A like-minded community of men who support each other. We speak openly. There's no judgment here, just accountability. And we get together where we hold each other to a higher standard. If you want to learn more, go to www.lewisparis.co.uk and you can see more information about this, what steps you want to take, how to best move forward, and how we can help you. And when I say we, that's the community. And when I say I, that's me helping you. Well, we're all in one and the same. We've learned stuff and we want other people to learn from our experiences so you don't have to go down that route. If you are feeling like you're struggling, you're not alone. You are not alone. And this is why I'm here talking to you now, because I'm like, I've been through I've seen it all before. I've worn the pants, I've got the shirt, I've ripped it off. I've now got a vest. I've put the jumper on now because it's getting chilly. But I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. Don't be afraid. Let's be vulnerable together. That's what builds strength, okay? So I'm here to be on your side, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you for listening this far in this video, and I hope my 30 days of insights are helping you build your confidence. See you tomorrow.